Lonely, once around the block, then pull up on the other side of the street.
Hello.
MCF to control. MCF to control. Subject has just entered number 39. Repeat, 39 Balaclava Terrace. I'll read you, Charlie. Message understood. But I'll need a backup.
Backup's on the way. Over and out.
You off, are you?
Studying the geography, aren't I?
I noticed one bit of geography. There's a pub at the corner.
You up?
Well, I mean, look at the time, Mr. Callan. We haven't had any dinner, have I? They likely do hot pies. All go down lovely, that would.
And then the shashlik, I think, with rice and asparagus tips.
Yes, sir.
A decent bottle of Riesling. And, or just coffee to follow. Black.
Would you like an aperitif, sir?
What do you recommend?
Slivovitz.
I don't. Get me a brandy, cognac.
Yes, sir. Oh, I do beg your pardon, sir.
You surprise me, monsieur. I would never have expected such chauvinism.
Oh, why not? Chauvin was a Frenchman. We gave both the word and the brandy to the world. You are...
Christina. Just that.
Well, Christina, just that. Now that you've identified me, I can reduce the risk of getting the first course in my lab.
We can leave when you're ready.
I'll be ready when I've eaten. It was a long journey. The other contractor?
He should be in by this time. I haven't made contact. His name's Harcourt. You know him?
Oh, I've heard of him. Ah, would you care for a drink?
Thank you. Slivovitz.
You're cold, aren't you? Should be inside. Look what I found.
Really?
Bloody hell. Well, they can always tell you
I'll
that.
kill the little bastard.
I shouldn't do that, you know. We need all the luck we can get tonight, mate. Lonely, where is he?
Ah, well, it seems the pub on the corner has been cruelly ignored by Egon Rayner. Lonely's discourse on the gastronomic delights of saveloys and pickled onions was beginning to bore me.
I'll kill him. I swear I'll kill him.
Also, the air was becoming fetid. Does he always sweat when he's hungry?
Any excuse is better than none. What did Hunter say?
Well, of course, he wants Harcourt alive, if possible, undamaged, if possible, but above all, quietly.
I bet he does. No idea how we do it, of course.
Sounds as though you're working up a small lather, David.
It's dodgy, Toby. It is very dodgy. There are 6 bell pushes over there at number 39. That means there are 6 flats, right? And Harcourt could be in any one of them.
What's the back like?
Well, there's a 30-foot garden. About 30 foot. There's a wall. There's a lane on the other side. Drain pipe up the back. No sign of a back door.
Well, it's the front door, then.
Yeah, I suppose so. Lonely could pick that lock in 10 seconds.
What then?
Well, we go inside, he'd knock at each door, make some excuse, so we're asking if a room's vacant or something.
And suppose we pick his door.
Yeah, all right. So you think of a better idea. 1 chance in 5, all right?
Well, I woke up this morning feeling unlucky.
Yes?
They only had crisps, so I didn't know you was back, Mr. Callan.
Get in, sit down and shut up. Doubtless we will have words later.
David, the door. What do you think?
Yeah, suppose it's worthwhile. You keep your eyes open, Toby, and if he comes out, tail him.
Right. Try sucking them.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Oh, no, look, let me get you some more in there.
Oh, another double. It's nice when the big spenders move in.
Yeah, well, I could be moving in down this way more or less permanently. See, my firm's doing a lot of business down here now. I thought, well, get myself a little place, cream off some of the hotel expenses, eh? Matter of fact, I did see a board up down the road. Balaclava Terrace, I think it was.
Oh, you wouldn't want to live around here, would you?
Why not? It's convenient, isn't it?
As a matter of fact, I live up Balaclava Terrace, number 39.
Get away, do you really? Well, that really would be convenient, wouldn't it?
Oh, you do believe in rushing a girl off her feet.
What?
As it happens, there are a couple of vacancies at number 39.
Oh, yeah? 2 flats?
Well, we'll call them flats. More bed sits, really. No, wait, there's only one. The one opposite mine's been taken. The fella moved in tonight.
Oh, what a pity. That is a pity, isn't it? Front, was it?
No, first floor back. Why?
Well, I just thought, perhaps I could come back and have a look at your place. I mean, they're bound to be more or less the same, all of them, aren't they? And it might save me a trip to the agents if I wasn't suited.
No need to beat about the bush, Mr. Grimshaw. If you want to come back, it'll cost you a farther.
Yeah, well, let's go and have a look and see if the view's worth it, shall we? You got anything to drink here?
Expect a lot for a fiver, don't you?
No, it's just that, my car's parked around the corner. It's got a bottle of scotch in it.
Well, suit yourself. Leave the front door on the latch.
I was going to. Where's Mears?
Well, he went after that geezer, didn't he?
When was this?
About 10 minutes ago. He come out and Mr. Mears is after him quick as a flash.
Bloody hell. No, hang on. The flat's empty, isn't it?
What?
Listen, you go around the back. If there's no light in the first floor back, shut up the drain pipe and do that window.
Oh, Mr. Callan.
As you're told, mate.
But I meant...
Bloody cold out here.
That bleeding show.
Is that you, Mr. Grimshaw? Mr. Grimshaw!
Sorry about that, Mr. Callan, but it really is a bit dodgy getting in here.
Yeah. You know that fellow we're following?
Yeah, him with a bowler hat, a little tash.
That's right. I want you to go down to the cab. If you see him coming, 2 blasts on the horn, right? 2 blasts. Yeah. Now, Mr. Mears won't be very far behind him. You tell him to ring the bell at number 5 and then come straight back. Right. Go on, move it, move.
You know something? I could break my bleeding neck.
As long as you do it quietly.
Good evening, Major Harcourt. For an awful moment, I thought I'd lost you.
Oh my God. MTF to control. MTF to control. MTF to control. Over. MTF to control. MC. Oh my God, Mr. Callan. MTF to control. MTF to control. MTF.
Some people might like it. It's a bit design centre for my taste.
Sit down, laddie. Keep your hands in your pockets. Now, important details. I have a gun. It is a hair trigger and I'm on second pressure. So if I drop dead of a heart attack right now, the gun will still go off.
Point is well taken. I can only hope that your ventricles are functioning normally.
Name?
Oh, no names, please. One never know where they might end up. Isn't it enough to say that I'm your contact?
You're not the one I was expecting.
It's a last-minute change of plan. Flexibility is the keynote of success. I mean, as I've already explained, I wasn't following you. My instructions were simply to see that no one else was. Surely that strikes you as being a sensible precaution.
Was I followed?
No, no. And I've had the place under observation for several hours. What a terrible bore the whole thing has been.
Plausible.
I'm a very glib laddie. I'm sure you can also see both honesty and sincerity shining from my face.
I can see fear in your eyes.
Well, I'll tell you what. You let me point that automatic at your head for a bit, and I'll describe the view from my side.
How was the original contact to be made?
You know that as well as I do.
Don't fence with me. Just answer the question.
By telephone.
By telephone.
Hello? Hang on. Mr. Harcourt. Telephone call for you. Mr. Harcourt. Lieutenant.
Oh, why didn't you answer the phone? They would have confirmed what I've just told you.
No, they wouldn't have. The telephone call came dead on time. The arrangements haven't been changed. Goodbye, laddie.
You really took your time, David.
Yes, you were working up into quite a lather, weren't you?
That wasn't very funny.
Well, Major Harcourt, at least you have told us something without being leaned on, haven't you? Up again. Now, suppose you tell us who was telephoning, hmm?
I've really no idea.
Well, we will just have to stay here until they ring back, and then we will find out, won't we?
Now, be sure that it's the second table on the left. I don't want to find myself talking to a stranger.
12:30. Yes, all right, I'll be there.
Come in.
Right. I'll get this one back. You go around to the street, check that it's clear. Hail our cab. Take that with you, will you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Major Harcourt, what's the contract price on this one, eh?
A client's business is always confidential, but the fee reflects my value.
Yeah. But there's not much change out of a fiver. Word's gone about, you're past it.
I've been semi-retired since my last job, the one I did for your firm.
Do you mind? Shall we go?
Oh, it's you. I thought you weren't coming back. Here, what the hell's going on here?
Nothing, love, nothing. Get inside.
David! Over there by the wall!
Well done, old son. Well done.
Is it simply embarrassment that prevents you making excuses? Or do you agree that there are none to be made?
With respect, sir, it isn't the easiest thing in the world to take a professional gunman and to take him alive, sir.
We had our own reasons for wanting him alive.
Sir.
Curiosity.
Epitaph for a dead cat.
Oh, very funny.
Huh?
No, there's no excuses, sir. No excuses at all. I had him. We lost him. Anyhow, I don't see what's curious about it. Harcourt's been put in under a contract to hit the Field Marshal. Now, tomorrow...
By whom? That's what we wanted to know. Ask that question, you'll find an embarrassment of riches. There are the party hardliners who don't like this visit one little bit. At least 2 governments who like it even less. There's a separatist group in his own country.
Sir, if you just bloody well let me finish, I was about to say that tomorrow I'm meeting Harcourt's contact.
Where?
Novak's restaurant. Yeah. I thought so. I could have betted you'd have done that, right?
David,
Yeah.
you must be joking. Novak's? Where aging expatriates foregather to consume national dishes and plot noisy revolution.
I
Come
know
on.
that.
The special branch take their wives there for the chicken pilaf.
All right, Mears, all
Well,
right.
really, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Though I must confess that the royalist faction is not one I would have taken seriously.
Well, I mean, the best they'll manage for this visit, sir, is a misspelt placard. They're amateurs.
Toby, we know they're amateurs. They've got professional help, right?
Yes, you're right. Yes. Harcourt is a factor not to be discounted.
Well, at least we've given him a nasty surprise, sir. I mean, he might be a bit nervous about showing his face again.
Yes, but one of those aging expatriates might decide to have a go himself if Harcourt doesn't show
Well,
up.
it wouldn't be too easy, sir. I checked the embassy myself, and their security is very tight. The Field Marshal is covered from the moment he leaves the building until the moment he returns.
Even an unsuccessful attempt would have repercussions. This contact, he's expecting Harcourt, of course.
She, sir. She is expecting Harcourt, yes. But from the arrangement she's made, it's quite obvious she's never met him.
I'm sure she'll find you an acceptable substitute.
Yes, sir. But, Toby, since I am supposed to be impersonating an officer, could I borrow your British warm?
My overcoat?
Of course he can, Mears. All right, keep the appointment. Find what you can. We'll quietly dampen the whole thing down.
Oh, she may not have met him, but she's certainly going to know something about him.
What we have is in the file.
Yeah. What we have. Major Warren Harcourt. I really don't know what British officers are coming to.
Your class consciousness is showing, Callan. Though much the same question was asked at his court-martial, you will have noted his army rating.
He's a marksman.
How did he do out of uniform?
6 known hits, half as many probables.
Including one little job for us.
That has been a matter for speculation.
Oh, come on, I've got to know. He just briefly touched on here in his file. But the subject might just come up.
Oh, very well. Our resources were stretched at the time. Mears in Washington, you in hospital. We gave Harcourt a contract for the Genoa job.
Bellini? Bellini had a partner. Lafarge. Do you mean to say that we hired a freelance to hit them both?
Lafarge wasn't there. Just Bellini. So the Major has that notch on his gun butt.
Well, well, well. Every day you learn something new.
Thank you. You are?
Christina. And you are not quite what I expected.
You're not quite what I expected.
Shall we go?
Well, that does depend where we're going.
You'll know that when we get there.
No. I'll know it now, or I am on the next plane out. You haven't done anything like this before, have you?
No.
No, I thought not. Well, let me give you a few pointers, shall I? You see, there are certain requirements a marksman needs. First of all, he has to know that the field of fire is clear and unobstructed.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Secondly, he has to know that the range is right.
Less than 600 yards?
And number 3, and most important of all, that there is a clean exit when the job's done.
2 minutes to clear the building, another 5 to clear the district.
I see. What building, what district?
Major, it was understood that you would be told no more than we required you to know at any given point. If you are having second thoughts about your contract, get up and leave now. Well?
Contract stands.
Good. Round the corner, you will see a four-door saloon, number JMP524K. Get in beside the driver. I'll settle the bill.
Thank you.
Voorspraak heel slecht.
Ja, dat kan wel.
Where is she?
In a minute.
Waiter. You're the bill teller. I have not made it up.
There's enough on the
I will
table
just
to
get
cover
your
it.
change.
Where's my
Now,
coat?
you had a coat. Now, where was
get
that?
out of the way.
Drive.
Callan,
In that car.
move, come on.
The taxi is following us.
Do you know him?
Yes. British security.
And how do you know that?
I saw him at the... Never mind. I know. That's enough.
Just make sure. Still there? Your arms, Major?
Yes.
And let's see how good you are. Pulling around the corner.
You take this, please.
They'll both have to go. You take meals, I'll take the drive.
Get down!
Did you see that? Mr. Callan, he tried to knock me off.
No, actually, he saved your life.
Good. You call that good?
Well, I stopped them, didn't I?
I said kill them.
Look, you're not giving me orders. I'm paid for one hit, not three.
There you are, Major. It's a safari rifle. Should appeal to your sporting instincts. 303 Parker Hale scope.
Yeah, I know it. Nice piece of mechanism. That the embassy?
The back of the embassy.
Well, if you've got any idea of hitting the field marshal and he's taking a walk in his back garden, you've got another thing coming. The angle of fire's all wrong to start with. You'll smash through the brickwork.
Now, why didn't we think of that?
I don't know why you didn't think of it. Perhaps you're the type who doesn't think about anything very much.
The rifle was sighted on a window. The shot will be made through it.
Well, what's the field marshal going to be doing then? Standing on his windowsill, reviewing his petunias?
He will be walking past the window when you fire.
You are joking, aren't you? I mean, excuse me. That was meant to be humorous. I mean, I don't even know when he's going to be in view, do I?
1.5 seconds. That is the average taken over 10 timings at normal walking speed.
Oh, I see, I see.
That's marvellous, isn't it? So I've got 1.5 seconds to actually identify, line up and fire.
I don't see the problem. Aren't you good enough, Major?
You will have 2 minutes warning. Does that make a difference?
And it could.
That window is in a corridor connecting 2 rooms. When he leaves one to go to the other, the phone will ring 3 times. No more. 3 times.
Oh, I see. You've got somebody on the inside, eh?
Obviously.
Yeah, excuse me. Well, it's possible. It's not ideal. It is possible.
There'll be no second chance. That's why you'll only need 1 of these.
Yes. It's possible. I'll say no more than that.
You seem to be saying a few things that add up to a lack of confidence.
Sonny, I do happen to be a specialist. I like things cut and dried and quite clear. For instance, how long's he going to be in that corridor?
It could be any time.
Any time? Any time? Listen, the field marshal's only going to be here for 3 days. What am I supposed to do? Keep awake for 72 hours? I've got to get some sleep sometime, haven't I?
We each take a 4-hour spell on the gun.
4 hours. You?
Yes. I'm a specialist, too.
I work solo.
You agreed to the arrangements when you accepted the contract. It's too late for second thoughts now.
I didn't agree to work with a boy. Who is he?
Do you know everyone in our line of business?
Yes, most of them. By name or reputation. Since you don't seem to have a name, I'm certainly taking no chance on the latter.
Ah. Well, I do have the advantage of knowing who you are. For what that's worth. My name is Lafarge. Etienne Lafarge. Does that mean nothing to you?
Should it?
Yes, I thought it might.
I've never heard of him.
You've forgotten something, haven't you?
Oh, yes, what's that?
Well, you don't think you've been paid £1,000 to say hello, goodbye?
Oh, the money, don't worry about that, darling. You'll get it back.
I can read your mind, Major. As for your gun, I didn't count the shots you fired at the taxi, but I'm willing to bet that it's empty.
Well, my wallet isn't, and I do like it that way. So, who takes first watch?
We've traced the car. Hired from a firm in the West End. Under the name of Joseph Novaks. Sit down. First the restaurant, then the car. He hasn't taken much trouble to cover his tracks.
Why don't we pick him up, sir, and ask him a few questions?
Can't. He's disappeared.
Wise man. First Harcourt, now Novaks. Unless we pick up either one of them, all we've got to go on is that tatty bird in the flat. Until Callan contacts us.
Time to change over.
You're keen, aren't you?
Where do I go from here?
Back out to safe house, where you'll wait until you're contacted. A private plane has been hired to fly you to France, and after that you're on your own.
Just in case something goes wrong with the schedule. Do you have any spare ammunition?
38s?
Yes.
Wrong caliber.
Well, I do hope nothing goes wrong.
Mister, I don't want to get mixed up in anything. I don't know what they did after you, well, left. They rummaged around a bit, because I heard them. That's all I did here, because they stuck me in my room after you chucked me down the stairs and told me to keep my mouth shut.
And now, you're going to open it.
Oh, Mister, I daren't. I've told you.
The acid can be very nasty. You're going to tell me about the telephone call last night, the one you took.
Well, there's not much to tell. She just asked if you were in.
Who
and...
did?
It was the girl who took the flat, your flat. I recognised her voice, her being foreign.
Would you know her?
Well, I've spoken to her once. It was about a week ago. She knocked on my door and said she was moving in opposite her. Said she was going out for a bit and would I take a message if Mr. Novak's phoned.
Novak's?
Yeah, I remember the name.
I'm very pleased with you, Vera. Now, here's what you'll do next.
Enjoy your work, don't you?
Comes easy.
Good, good. There's always room for fresh talent.
Don't patronize me, Major. Talent I have. But after 10 years, it's hardly fresh.
10 years, eh? 1962. That will make you, what, the youngest gunman in the OAS?
I fired my first shot on my 15th birthday. My first shot and my last miss.
Oh, that should make you very proud. That's quite a record. Strange, I've never heard of you.
The man who taught me not to miss also taught me not to boast about hits.
Oh, I see. You had a partner, did you?
Yes. He died.
Don't we all? Look, I was thinking about this double act idea. It's a very good one. It's very good indeed. No, I mean a partnership. It eases the strain, lightens the workload, makes you have a better bargaining position.
Oh, forget it, Major. You're a croulant. Over the hill. Washed up, old and tired. You have nothing to offer.
Well, I've got one thing to offer that you haven't got.
Oh, yes, and what's that?
Judgment, Sonny. Judgment. Listen, you are a professional trigger man, right? They're going to hit a target. Well, some people may try to stop you, but once the job is all over, there should be no hard feelings, but not with you. You seem to take it personally somehow.
Oh, what are you talking about?
That man who was following us in the taxi, Mears, you got any idea who he was working for?
Oh, security of some kind?
Yes, of some kind. He's SIS, one of our toughest groups. I say our because, after all, I still am British, aren't I? You ever had any dealings with them?
Have you?
Oh, yes, I've done a little business. They don't like losing personnel. They really don't. They take it personally. Ever heard of a man called Giuseppe Bellini?
Yes, he worked out of Genoa.
Worked, yes. Past tense, correct. Well, you see, he got one of their men. They didn't like that at all, so they put a price on him. He was hit with a Smith & Wesson at 20 yards.
Yes, I'd heard. You said you'd had dealings with the SIS.
Yes, that's right. Well, as you know, in our business, it's dog eat dog if the price is right.
So they say.
Will someone help me with this basket?
Ah, food.
Oh, hello. This is Vera. I found it. It's a little place upside down, but I found it.
Never mind that. Just give me the number. Right, got it.
Christina to phone Novak.
That's not bad. Not bad at all. This lady will make a nice little wife for somebody one day.
Thank you, Major.
When she gets over her kleptomania.
What?
I'm surprised at you, darling. I really am. Pinching things from restaurants. I mean, the odd ashtray's all very well, but half a dinner service.
Novak's.
Mr. Novak's to you, son. The hired help should always be respectful, even if it doesn't know who is hiring it.
The contract was arranged through an intermediary. I didn't know because I didn't ask, because I didn't care.
But you knew, Major.
Oh, yes, I knew. I knew because I'm older and I've been around more, therefore I know more. Your Mr. Novak's, he made small headlines some time back with his opposition to the regime. Romantic, bloody amateurs.
Your contempt doesn't extend to our money.
Oh, that's all I'm here for. Though I can't see what's in it for an intelligent young lady like you.
You assume that all human actions are motivated by greed.
Yeah. What sacred principle is all this in aid of?
Freedom. Or is that too high-minded for you?
No, it's too simple-minded if you think that once the field marshal is hit, your lot are going to take over.
Now, you're being naive. This is only the first step. Things have to get worse before they get better. The authorities that will take over now will be more orthodox, more doctrinaire, more repressive.
Yes, I see. So you trouble the waters before you start fishing them, do you? You know, you really are a callous little bitch, aren't you?
That from you.
Yes, from me. But then we are different, aren't we? Because this is my thing.
You must be a very empty man.
Maybe. Tell me something. Your finger man over at the embassy, is he one of the faithful?
That's no concern of yours.
I think it is. I need to know if he's reliable.
He's on the kitchen staff and he's reliable.
Oh, blimey, I don't believe it. I really don't. The leader of your little group runs a restaurant. Your finger man over there does the dirty dishes in the kitchen. What does it take, darling, to get into your revolution? A degree in domestic science?
It takes faith, Major! No more than that.
That was careless. About the plates. Once the shot's been fired, this place will be swarming with police. They could have traced back.
Yes. You didn't notice the name on your plate?
Well, I expect I would have done.
Yes, I expect so.
Six. 3, she said.
Shall we see if she's picked it up downstairs?
It's rude to eavesdrop.
Yes, it is, isn't it? They say that you never hear good of yourself.
Be very still.
We've traced a number. The address is flat 6, Denby Court. Just a cough and a spit away from the embassy.
I'll get over there right away, sir. I don't think she can tell us anything more.
Look, son, there's no problem at all, no problem. All you do is cut me loose and we walk out of here together.
It's even less of a problem than that. I leave you tied up and I walk out of here alone.
Well, why don't you?
Breach of contract.
Oh, come off it, come off it. You've been paid, you've got the money.
1/3. The balance is due after the hit.
Oh, look, don't be a silly fool. You're not going to go through with that job, are you? My lot know you've got me. I mean, use your
judgment? Look where your judgment got you.
They know you've got me.
Yes, but not where, obviously. You broke off your own tail. Now, that's very funny.
Yeah. It's the kind of joke that's likely to turn sour.
So, this is Mr. Callan. You made me jump out of a window, Mr. Callan. It was most undignified.
You are a right bastard, aren't you?
That deserves another of the same.
Leave him!
You spoke, laddie. You passed yourself off as me, Mr. Callan. That was insulting. Very, very insulting. How anyone could believe that you were an officer and a gentleman. You must be a considerable liar, Mr. Callan.
I'm not nearly as good as the lady. She is really good.
I claim no expertise.
You fooled Lafarge, didn't you?
In what way?
Son, who do you think you're working for?
Who cares?
Come on, don't be stupid. What name do you think is on the contract?
Novaks?
Novaks. Brilliant. Novaks. I'll tell you something else. The Major here, he rented a room yesterday. The agent tells us it was rented by a Mr. Novaks. I met this lady at a restaurant run by a Mr. Novaks. We have been eating from dirty plates up here, supplied by a Mr. Novaks.
Oh, a mistake.
Amateurism, you said it yourself.
No, son. Cold-blooded, bloody professionalism.
He's talking for his life. End it.
What's the matter, sweetheart? Can't you do your own dirty work?
Come, come. It would be very discourteous to refuse a favor to a lady.
No, if what you say is true, then the trail leads back to Novaks very clearly. But if he didn't order the hit, who did?
Marvellous, isn't it? You're green, son. You are bright emerald green. Why didn't you ask the Major here? The Major's been around. He's been in the trade long enough to know. The thing you should do is read the political columns. Just like a businessman reads the share prices.
The Field Marshal is becoming too liberal, too unaligned to suit his own colleagues. It's quite possible they would not regret his passing.
Right!
If what he says is true, why should you worry?
And of course, it's quite reasonable that you should cover yourself against the possibility that one of us should get picked up and talk.
Listen, son! The idea is that you should get picked up. That's the whole bloody idea. Now, why don't you just think for a minute? I mean, 2 guns on a job like this. She's setting you up, don't you see that? She has bloody well set you up!
A reasonable hypothesis, Callan. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. We must just make certain it doesn't turn out that way.
Oh, the contract holds.
Of course. And you shall have Callan as a bonus.
God, you took your time, son, didn't you? Now tell the lady why you did it.
Bellini was my partner. He killed him.
You're learning judgment, sonny. You're learning judgment.
Now, your organization. You told me how it feels about grudges. What is its response to favors?
Oh, you were never here. Believe me, you were never here.
Right.
Romantic bloody amateurs. Go! Go! Evening, David. Oh, no. Oh, Nichols, take her. Up there, another one. Right. Don't rush, he's dead. Oh. Well, better late than never, eh?
Oh, don't be petulant, David. I could hardly storm the fortress on my own, could I?
What do you mean, on your own? You had Barker and Nichols with you, right?
Yes, but I didn't know how many they had. You should try shouting once more onto the breach, dear friends, and you'll find out just how many of them are mere acquaintances.
What the bloody hell are you talking about, Toby? I've been trussed up like a turkey.
Look,
I've got a gun on you. What am I supposed...
I was ordered to wait for reinforcements. Now, don't worry, David. Harcourt would probably have missed anywhere. After all he did in Genoa.
Toby. Bellini was killed in Genoa. Smith & Wesson, 20 yards range, right?
A Browning.
That's funny, I thought it was a Smith & Wesson.
No, it was a Browning, David. I am blessed with total recall. I remember which gun I used.
You used?
I used.
Yeah, I'm sure you remember. That thumb tastes nice, does it? Shut the bloody window, it's going to be cold in here, right?
Oh, David, could I have my coat back, please, when
Drive
you
off, will you?
Cleaned.